Hello everyone, this is the Misadventures of Team AJ. Today's video is from Elvis's birthplace in Tupelo, Mississippi. We wanted to make this video very special, so we actually did an interview with the executive director of Elvis's birthplace, Mr. Roy Turner. So please stay tuned for that full interview coming up in a future video. So with that said, I hope you enjoy our full tour of Elvis's birthplace. This video was very special to us, and we hope it becomes special to you. Thank you again for watching. Let's get started.
So we are about to go purchase our tickets. So when you come here, this is the main entrance, right by the parking lot, which is to the left. And they have packages that you can see different exhibits. We're going to explain that all to you when we purchase our tickets. So they are open every day. We're going to find out about any holidays that they're closed on a little later. Okay, so we just purchased our tickets. We are doing all three attractions, house, museum, and church. So if you do the adult grand, all three attractions, it's $20. If you do two, it's $15. An adult single attraction is $10. So honestly, it is definitely well worth it if you do all three for $20. If you bundle it up, you definitely save some money. And they give a discount for seniors. For all attractions for seniors is $15. So that's awesome. And there's children discounts. Children under 7 are free. So definitely, guys, check that out. And that's pretty fair, especially for such a beautiful place. And you know, all the money goes to supporting the grounds and supporting the foundation and the museum. So definitely, that's very important. Also, we wanted to show you too. So when you come in to the office to purchase your tickets, it says Elvis played here first. Saltillo Road, 1935. So this was his house, what it looked like when he lived here. Obviously, they have to keep it up so it doesn't look exactly how it did, because you know, there is maintenance. But that was 1935, and this was a dairy farm. That's right, this was on a dairy farm, huh? Also, we're going to show you later, there's also a gift shop. I know my mom wanted me to bring her back a keychain, so we're going to check that out later on the way out. And then we're going to hit the museum later before we leave, so let's go have a great time. So we are here with Vanessa, actually at the ticket booth when you walk in, and we were just admiring her shirt, Elvis Presley, American Icon. That is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's one of our new shirts. So.
Okay, and you can purchase it here at the gift shop?
Purchase it in the gift shop. Yes.
Awesome, we're going to take a look at that.
Okay.
This is the Walk of Life. This scored concrete circle contains granite blocks denoting each year of Elvis's life from 1935 birth block at the front of the birthplace to the completed circle at 1977.
Also, what's awesome about this museum, but at the Walk of Life, and if you go to some of the presentation boards, they have a QR code. So you can scan that QR code and find out more information about the Walk of Life. I love that. Very user-friendly. And again, later on, you can research this even more after you leave. But this is going to be a great time. So we are about to enter into the Elvis Presley house that he was born in. So for those that didn't know, Elvis's mom had a set of twins, Gladys. It was Elvis and his brother Jesse. Unfortunately, Jesse was stillborn, and he passed away in this house. So Elvis lived here till he was 3 years old, and this was the house that he grew up in. And honestly, when you get up close, you're like, wow, it was really that tiny. So we're going to go around to the front of the house, show you a little bit on the outside, and then we're going to go in. We do have permission to film inside, so we're going to give you a little more tour of his birthplace. So this is the birthplace of Elvis Presley, the official landmark sign. Elvis Aaron Presley was born January 8th, 1935 in this house, built by his father. Presley's career as a singer and entertainer redefined American popular music. He died August 16th, 1977 at Memphis, Tennessee.
We are going inside the house.
It was built by Elvis's father, Vernon, in 1934. Vernon had to borrow around $180 from his boss at the time for the materials to build the house. And he built it here on this spot. So where the house is standing now is the original location. It's never been moved at all. Elvis and his twin brother Jesse were born in this room in 1935, but Jesse was stillborn. And so Elvis was the only child that Vernon and Gladys Presley had. They were only able to live in the house, for about 4 years, and that's because Vernon was sent to prison for a few months because he had forged a check. Because of that, he had no way to pay back the money that he borrowed, and then Gladys was unable to afford it on her own either, and so the house was repossessed. Elvis at that time was only around 3 years old, so he was about the same age as he was in this photo right up here when they had to move from the house. They did still continue to live here in Tupelo afterwards, but they had to move around a lot from house to house. A lot of that time they were moving in with relatives they had living in the area. And so they decided to move to Memphis when Elvis was 13. They had to sell most of their belongings when they moved, which means that these furnishings throughout the house now are not entirely original to the Presleys. Most of these were donated, but they are still from the same time period they used to live here. Vernon also came back to the house later in the 70s when it was opened, and he actually kind of told them how they used to have everything set up in place, and he made sure that it all still looked really close to how it did back then.
So is there anything in here that's original? I mean, from when they were here? Can you
Yes.
Yeah.
The fireplace right there, Vernon built, is still original. And then in the kitchen right over there, both the stove and the icebox are still original as well.
Wow.
So we take for granted what we have today. This was a 2-room house, 2-room, guys. So, I mean, we truly appreciate everything we have today because this is what they had. Yeah, it definitely brings you back down to reality, especially when you're like, wow, it's not about the materialistic things. It's about family and, and getting through each day.
Yeah, they had to put newspaper on the walls. So.
And that's historical, actually. Yeah. A lot of people have newspaper on the walls.
So they put newspaper. And now, was that picture original in the house?
I'm not sure. See, that photo was taken right before his father was about to be sent to prison.
Aww.
So.
Okay.
That's the same one they have at Graceland too. The same.
Yes, yes. We are walking into their kitchen. This is actually their kitchen that they ate and cooked at.
Yes.
Wow. And is there anything original still in here?
Yes, so this stove right here and this whole brick chimney, Vernon built it.
Wow.
And that has been in the house ever since the Presleys lived here.
Wow.
Right in the corner there, that is their icebox or refrigerator, whatever people call it. That is pretty much one of the only things they took to Memphis with them when they moved. So when Vernon came back later on to kind of help set the whole thing up like I told you guys about, he brought that with him from Memphis and gave it back to us.
That's a nice story. That is a nice story.
So, and also a lot of these little things like the high chair, Mr. Turner found out later on that they probably couldn't have even afforded things like that. So it was really just kind of added luxuries pretty much, such as that, and even the sewing machine that was in the bedroom. A lot of this stuff they kind of put in there to make it look better than it really was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were so poor they couldn't have afforded a lot of things at all.
Yeah. And he lived here till about 3 years old.
Yeah, he's about 3 years old.
Looks like you got a new friend.
I do. I am swinging with the Elvis duck. He's sitting right next to me. That's awesome. Love the Elvis duck. Gotta have an Elvis duck in your life, guys.
Real quick, we didn't come with him. We have somebody who's waiting in line, a brand new friend, who showed us some love and let us borrow an Elvis duck. Because Elvis duck is the cutest. And yes, we have to get one in our lives.
One thing we wanted to mention before we leave Elvis's house, the swing that I was just swinging on and taking pictures with the cute Elvis duck, there was a swing there. It's not the original, but there always was a swing on the patio. If you guys want to know about that, was there originally a swing? Yes, there was. So guys, this is the Elvis at 13 statue. He was 13 years old, and we're gonna read a little information about this. So we actually purchased the souvenir guide for $1.50, and it literally gives you all the detailed information on the grounds and the exhibits they have here and all the information about Elvis's birthplace. So it's definitely worth it, guys. When you come here, get the souvenir guide. So we're going to read to you Elvis at 13 statue. At the suggestion of an Elvis fan from Ireland, the Elvis Presley Foundation commissioned an impressionistic bronze likeness of Elvis at 13 to be displayed at the Elvis Presley Birthplace Park. Elvis is portrayed in oversized overalls, a full open collar shirt, and plain shoes as evidence of the poverty and humbleness of those early years. The statue is life-size and displayed at ground level so fans can get more directly and relate to Elvis as a person. The sculpture worked from photographs now displayed in the museum to determine Elvis's facial features, hairline, and general body size. His height was calculated from a 6th grade class picture by comparing him to the height of another classmate in the picture and by measuring the brick and mortar in the background wall.
This is gorgeous. Look at this. This is beautiful, guys. Absolutely stunning.
So guys, we are about to go in Elvis's childhood church. I'm going to read you some more information about it. There are 2 places here we have to respect the museum's wishes that we're not allowed to film in. So we're going to show you the museum and we're going to show you the church. So let's go see Elvis's childhood church. So that's awesome that they were able to move it here, his childhood church. So it looks like they have presentations every 15 minutes, so we're waiting to go in. But that's beautiful. This is an amazing place. The museum does an amazing job to keep his legacy alive here. Just beautiful.
No, I'm Barbara.
And there we go.
Of the Assembly of God Church of East Tupelo. I call this building the birthplace of Elvis's music.
Torture.
So I'm not a piano player. I'm not going to claim to be a piano player, but we just want to make a correction. So when we came here, we were told we couldn't film in here. So we couldn't film in here because they were actually having a projection screen and a show of what it's like to be in church with Elvis as a little boy. So it was awesome. So if you guys come here, it truly felt like, right, hon, that you were sitting in church watching Elvis perform. So this is a replica of the piano that they had in the church. Also, we want to let you know the podium is one of the only original things that are still with the church from when Elvis went to church here. So I'm going to keep playing my piano.
So, Jen, are you ready to go to the bathroom in here?
I think we're going to use the public bathrooms, but this was the outhouse that they used to use. This was a replica of the outhouse that was typical in a poor southern neighborhood. Okay, so we are about to go through these doors to Elvis Presley Memorial Chapel at Elvis's birthplace. I'm going to read you some information about it. Elvis dreamed of having a place of meditation at the Elvis Presley Birthplace Park. Before his death, he shared that dream with friend Janelle McComb, who envisioned adding a chapel to the park. The fans made that dream reality with their generous donations. The chapel was designed by Johnson and McCarthy Architects and was dedicated in 1979. Lockhoff Studios in Memphis designed the stained glass windows specifically for the Elvis Presley Chapel, and the pews were purchased with funds provided by Elvis Presley fan clubs. The pulpit where Elvis' Bible rests is the original pulpit from the First Assembly of God Church, which donated it to the chapel. The chapel is a popular attraction and offers a time for meditation and a venue for weddings and special services. So that's awesome. You can actually even get married here, or if you want to have a function, you can have it here, vow renewal, just a prayer service. And this is something that Elvis really wanted, and they made it come true. So that's beautiful. So this is the gift shop. They got awesome things here. I'm looking around.
We got mugs.
And I truly love this shirt. I think we may have to get this shirt. This is awesome. So that's where our friend got the Elvis ducks. You can purchase an Elvis rubber ducky here. So you can buy metal posters that you can hang up on the wall.
And see, you're paying $2 to see Mr. Elvis Presley.
So this is actually my favorite shirt. It's even got some bling. And you know Elvis loved his bling too. This is an awesome shirt. I definitely need to get this one. I changed my mind. So we are going on to the pink section of the pink Cadillac. You know, Elvis loved his pink Cadillac. He actually bought his mom, Gladys, a pink Cadillac. So that's the one thing I want, is a replica of Elvis's pink Cadillac. At Graceland you can buy it. So you can also purchase Elvis CDs for those that still love their CDs. Like my husband makes fun of me, I still love my CDs. You can get your Elvis CDs here. Also, guys, if you want your Elvis t-shirt, this is the place. They have beautiful t-shirts. They're really, really nice. We're definitely going to pick up some t-shirts. Also, I see the t-shirt the girl at the front desk had on, which we fell in love with the motorcycle. With Elvis, that's awesome. Since we live in New Orleans and our YouTube channel is mostly based out of New Orleans and we take you along as we travel, we're going to give a shout out to the Rolling Elvi, the crew of Rolling Elvi. You'll see them a lot in our parades. And we got Elvis Presley and sometimes the Rolling Elvi. They are the Jailhouse Rockers. So shout out to them. We love you, crew of Elvi. We can't wait to see you soon in the parades coming up. So as you come down the hallway, which you're going through Story Hall, there's actually a theater here. And if it's a hot day, come in here, get some drinks. They got drinks and some snacks at the gift shop. And it's welcome Elvis fans. If you're an Elvis fan, you can enter. Obviously, this is part of the admission when you purchase tickets. And every 30 minutes, they play Elvis in Tupelo. So every 30 minutes, you can come in and watch this movie. And I'm sure it's probably for about 15 minutes. We're not going to film inside there. We're going to check it out. But if you guys want to get away from the heat and go watch a movie and definitely go watch some Elvis in Tupelo, this is the place to be. So guys, we are going into the Birthplace Museum right now. We have Elvis waiting on the outside. This is the one place we can absolutely not film out of respect for the museum. No one can film in here. So we are going to go enjoy the museum and we'll tell you about it when we get out. So we just left the museum. It's actually beautiful and it starts with the beginning and his life in Tupelo with his family. They got some clothing in there of Elvis's, some guitars, so much memorabilia. It's amazing. So we're going to read to you from the souvenir guide, which this souvenir guide is awesome. Guys, when you get your tickets, they offer you this option. Definitely get it because it helps you with the self-guided tour as you're walking around. It is definitely the best tool. The Elvis Presley Museum. No trip to the birthplace is complete without a stop in the Elvis Presley Museum. The museum originally opened in 1992 and consisted mainly of the personal collection of Janelle McComb, a Tupelo resident and longtime family friend of Elvis and the Presleys. Completely renovated in 2006, the state-of-art museum pays tribute to the friendship and displays new exhibits containing Tupelo artifacts, large photo murals, and graphic and audio-visual presentations that focus on Elvis the Boy. So here in Tupelo, Mississippi, at his birthplace, we call it Elvis the Boy because this is his childhood. And even after he left the house at 3 years old, he still lived around Tupelo, Mississippi. And then we have Elvis the Man that lived in Graceland. So it's awesome that you can go to both places, which we've both been to, and you can see the life of Elvis the Boy and Elvis the Man. I love that. That's actually the most perfect explanation of the two places and kind of putting them together. I like that.
Also, despite the hills and everything, you will also notice there are ramps, a ton of them. So this place is actually completely accessible. So in turn, no matter what your abilities are, this place is prepared and ready for you. If you were listening earlier to Mr. Turner, he mentioned about Elvis coming up on this hill. He would come up here with his friend and watch the kids play. And at this point, he had already given the money for this park to be built. So Elvis would still come here and ask, is this good? Is there anything else I can do? Is there more we can do? And every time he would come up here and ask and watch from this hill, he would donate more money to another project of this park.
So this is Elvis becoming. It's called The Overlook. The story has it that as a young boy, Elvis and his friends would run the hills and hollows of these 15 acres of property, which my husband just showed you, which is such a beautiful view. After one of those days near the end of the day, perhaps Elvis picked up his guitar and walked up to the overlook. His hair was mussed from play, a hole in his sock from wear. His clothes were several sizes larger than needed, all this symbolizing the poor circumstances of the Presley family. He sat on a milk crate, playing his guitar, then looked west toward the lights of the town. Perhaps it was here that Elvis dreamed the dream of a better life for himself and his family. Who's to know for sure? But we do know the rest of the story. Standing atop of the overlook for all to see, two statues known by one name, Becoming. It symbolizes the transformation from Elvis, the boy, to Elvis, and the entertainer. Both statues represent a slice of life of the same person born on the common soil that serves as a base for both statues. Elvis became a larger-than-life personality with a revolutionary influence on music worldwide. Yet he always maintained his humble spirit in keeping true to his roots and formative values in East Tupelo. Walk the trails that Elvis might have walked and visit this venue. Here we are right now at Elvis's Becoming.
Yes, they have a picnic pavilion here. So you can come with your family and just eat on the picnic tables. But one thing, if you do that, make sure to pick up your trash. Keep this place beautiful as you see it here.
And look at the view from here. I love that view. And honestly, as we were walking to come up there, you hear the beautiful sound of the fountains and the waterfalls. So we are about to show you that now. It is so peaceful here.
Reflections. Fans are invited to pause for moments of quiet rest amid the beauty of nature. This peaceful garden offers a time to reflect on Elvis's boyhood, the early years of the journey that made him into the amazing man he became. Perhaps reflection on the first 13 years of one's own life will bring to mind families, communities, special individuals, and other early influences that have shaped your life. Reflections is dedicated to Presley fans worldwide. What is your dream? Reflections. Reflections' purpose is first for you to sit by the falling waters in the rustic, natural, and serene setting and give thanks for all the people who were mentors or influences in your life, helping you become your best self. Secondly, Reflections offers you an opportunity to be reminded of all the blessings received throughout your life and to give thanks in your own spiritual way. Finally, as you leave, it is with hope that Reflections will help you dream your next dream. One should never leave without a dream. My wife mentioned the people that we spoke to earlier that didn't want to be on camera, but that are directly affiliated with this place. And
one of the people were telling us about how with the two fountains, the one over here and the geyser over here, that was the words. They were called geysers. And with that, there's a bridge in between them. So he was saying this is a bridge over troubled waters. So, as such, you go over the bridge of the troubled waters and you come out from the other side with a brand new dream.
And then we asked, what is your dream? Because guys, make sure you do what you can to achieve your dreams and never give up.
By the way, this bench is dedicated to Elvis, and recently to honor Lisa Marie Presley, who recently passed on, they dedicated this bench to Lisa Marie. And this is in representative that now in the higher plane, in the heavenly plane, they are next to each other looking down on us.
So that is the end of our day here in Tupelo, Mississippi, enjoying a beautiful day out at Elvis Presley's birthplace. What did you think, Hon, of that experience?
That is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, even if you're not a real Elvis fan, because I know there are a lot of people out there who are not big Elvis supporters. But let me tell you something. This here, the amount of dedication, the pride, the passion that is put into this project, and something Elvis initially paid for himself, not thinking of it as being a project to celebrate him or his life, that it became that eventually. So it's just amazing to be able to be here. First of all, we would like to thank the Elvis Birthplace for even having us here. Thank you guys for guiding us and showing us an amazing time and teaching us about the birthplace and the home for the first 13 years of Elvis's life, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yes, because even though he was only here for 3 years, he lived around Tupelo, Mississippi. So when they mention that you know, for the first 13 years of his life, that is why. It was absolutely a magical place to be here. And again, even if you are not an Elvis Presley fan, we definitely recommend you guys coming here. It was magical. We learned so much more about Elvis. Lots of history here. This place is the boy, Elvis Presley. Graceland is the man. And that's perfect, you know, and that's how they explain it. And when you come here, it all makes sense. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you to Mr. Turner for spending time with us and sitting down and telling us so much about your passion, your love, and why this means so much to you. Thank you to all your hard work and dedication that you put to this museum to make it happen, and all your years of archiving and getting history documents to put this together is just mind-blowing. So we're going to say thank you for watching, and stay tuned because we're going into the city of Tupelo to go see more of where Elvis Presley hung out, where he ate, and where he got his first guitar.
So with that said, laissez-les bon temps rouler.
Let the good times roll. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your love and support. We can't do this without you.